it for me. And baby, when I say I'm fresh, it's cause he birthed into me. I'm fresh. Not because my swagger right. Not because my swagger right. I'm fresh. Cause he came and took the cross. I came close unless my boat is in the cross. I'm fresh. Not because my swagger right. Not because my swagger right. I'm fresh. Cause he came and took the cross. I came close unless my boat is in the cross. I'm fresh, baby.
Yo, what's up, man? What it do? It's your boy Fresh, and we in the Fresh Take right now, man. Fresh Take is in the building. I already told y'all, man, last week. I told y'all I was gonna come back with a little bit more spice. You know, I feel like I had to do it big for the flag community. You know, I feel like we need to be professional. I feel like that I need to put on something for my community, man, for my flag organization. I feel like we pros at what we do. I feel like it's time to put the world on notice that, yo, flag football is in the building. We're here to stay. It's grown so much from when I first started playing, man. So I figured that, you know, I need to stop doing it the way I was, put a little bit more professionalism in it, and make it bigger and better for us so we can have a platform to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Fresh Take is going to start being in the building on Wednesdays. Y'all can catch me right here every Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Hey, I'm so ready to do this, man. I'm so crunk. I'm so hype. I know y'all can tell right now, man. If you've been following me, if you've been, you know, paying attention to who my guest's gonna be tonight, man, you already know the show about to be lit. It's about to be what it is. My guest tonight, man, I'm a fan of her. I love her. You know, she's a big reason why the women flag football is doing what it's doing right now today. She has done nothing but plant her seeds into this game forever, man. The person that I'm talking about, y'all already know who she is, man. She's won 15 national titles on so many different formats. She's got a gold medal, you know, doing this sport. She's a Hall of Famer in the USFTL. She's a Florida Hall of Famer. Yo, y'all already know I'm talking about none other than Miss Venita Crouch. She is in the building. Yo, what's up, V? How's it going? What's going on?
Not much.
Yo, I can't even. Yo, I'm sorry that intro could have been so much longer. Could have took the whole show. You know what I mean? With everything you've done. I'm so honored to have you on right now. I'm such a friend and a fan of yours. You already know this for a long time. So you coming here sitting down with me on the Fresh Take, I just want to let you know right now that it means so much to me. So thank you so much.
I appreciate what you're doing for us, giving all of us a voice in the flag world. So we appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. This is what I'm gonna be doing. Let's jump right in because I know, you know, it got kind of late and I waited up on you. You know what I'm saying? I had to have you, so I had to wait.
I had a game. You know how we do it.
And that's the thing. That's what I want to start with because that's what I love most about you is how much you love the game. You've been doing it so long and you still just love playing the game of football. You had a game tonight. Talk about how much time you've devoted to flag football and how much did you used to play and how much do you play now?
When I first started playing, it was probably like 2 or 3 nights a week. And then you start meeting more people. And then before you know it, I'm literally playing every night of the week, 2 leagues a night. I might wake up in the morning on Saturday, play in the Stu Christian League, and then head out to a league in Arlington and then have Texas 9-man and all the social leagues. So wherever there was football, I was in it and I wanted to be in it. So all day, every day. Now, time with, you know, small injuries and just, you know, family and different things you got to take care of. I still play a lot. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, so icy when it's happening. Friday, softball, Saturday, you know, so 4 or 5 nights a week still when it happens.
Wow. 4 or 5 nights a week. And you went from playing every day of the week. That's dedication. So if anybody wants to know why V is as great as she is, you just heard it. She spent time in the game. She dedicated herself to playing the game and getting better. And I definitely appreciate that as a quarterback because I know that's what you have to do. You know, I'm a friend of yours, so I know your humbleness. I know that everybody speaks of you being the greatest woman player of all time. Everybody speaks of you being the GOAT. And I know that that's something that you don't really, you know, get into. You let everybody else talk and you just kind of play your game. So with that being said, I'm not even going to ask you what you think yourself is. Give me your definition of the word GOAT. What does GOAT mean to Venita?
Well, in today's age, I feel like the word GOAT is completely overused. A lot of people would take a great tournament or a great play, Beckham falling back, a one-handed catch, and somebody mossing somebody and be like, "Oh man, you the GOAT, you the GOAT." And I think it's a great play. I think it's a top 5. It's an ESPN, top 10, whatever, right? It's great. But to me, I think a GOAT, it takes time to develop the name. It didn't happen in a year. It didn't happen in a season. It takes consistency and it's consistency in your wins. You're a playmaker. You step on the field and people know you and they fear you. And so I feel like longevity with consistency and stepping up, to the plate and making it happen. Like you made that throw, you made that catch, you made that interception, whatever. I think consistency is like my biggest thing to really naming somebody a GOAT. So, I'm honored when people say, "Oh, V, she's a GOAT, she's a GOAT." And I almost want to ask them, well, what does a GOAT mean to you?
Right.
If it's a playmaker, I make my plays, but I'm going with like consistency and consistency with wins. Stepping up when the time is like when your back is against the wall, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with you saying that it's overused, it's overhyped. And I really feel like you said, longevity, consistency, those things seem like they just don't matter anymore when people talk about the GOAT. It's all about who won the last tournament, who made the greatest play, who beat V, who beat Fresh at the time. They automatically the GOATs. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand what you feel, what you're saying with that one. So tell me a little bit about you said you were sore. You've been playing today, you've been playing this weekend, this past weekend we had a big thing with the WFFN in Dallas. Tell me how that went for you and your team. How did that go?
Man, I think my Texas Outlaws people were balling out. You took a group of strangers, people from like different parts of the country. You got DMV, Atlanta, Florida, Texas, different parts of Texas. And if I miss anybody, sorry, teammates. But I mean, you took a collective group of girls who, I mean, truth be told, we were not rated at all. And people were saying we're going to Atlanta as 0-6. And I'm like, what? First of all,
Wow.
I'm never taking a team that's 0-6. We're going to make something happen. And we did. And they stepped up for me. I stepped up for them. And we learned each other in a weekend. And I just think, the Outlaw group just really came together. We had a good showing out this weekend. I'm a little sore. We scored a lot. And that throw off is a mofo.
Right.
And so, it's just, you are just throwing and throwing. And usually I have my other quarterback, Dama or Minnie, who's on injury reserve right now. But I just had to do it all. With the throwings and the catch. And we were scoring on average, I think probably 3 to 4 touchdowns, maybe 5 per game. So we were moving the ball.
How many games? How many games did you play?
3 on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. Well, 3 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. We took a strategic move on Sunday evening. Some agreed to disagree, but we didn't play the last game. We were going to be seated 4th no matter what. The girls were hot. It was feeling like 100 degrees. And we just took a strategic move. Like, let's just see everybody in New Orleans and handle business in.
I mean, that's understandable. So you won every game that you played in, though, right? Did you win every game, or did you?
No. I'm so mad. We were trading baskets with Florida Surge, shots for shots. We scored, they scored. We scored, they scored.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't stop us. We couldn't stop them. They had the last possession, and it was a good game. It was a good game.
So how does WFFN work? I don't know really a lot about WFFN. Is there a prize involved, money involved? Did you guys win something at the end of this tour? Like, how does that work out for you guys?
Well, there's a fine print that says there might be some money involved, but the more things kind of get changed, you're kind of pulling from the pot money to so they can't say it's like, oh, it's gonna be $5,000. We don't really know, but supposedly there's gonna be something. Me personally, I don't care. As Black Jackson likes to say, she's so Barney, and I'm going to give you a Barney answer, which is like, I don't really ever care about the money that much. It's great, but I'm just playing for the experience, to get better, to get used to this style for the 200K tournament in AFL. I already feel rich, like in my heart, that I've met such a great group of girls, and there's so much talent in the league that you didn't even know. Like it's amazing to see the world of contact and screen get brought together and both need each other. That's what's cool about the AFL.
I ain't think about it like that before, but that's a nice way to kind of have an outlook on that. So you mentioned the money part of it. Now, I remember you and I speaking about this a little while back, and we just had a conversation, and I think we kind of agreed that money being involved in flag football, right? How do you think that's fair? And do you think that money is kind of watering down what we do? Did you like it better when we were playing for a prize, t-shirts and bragging rights and just to be on top of the world at that time, or do you think the money is great for it? Like, how do you see the money of the breakdown with the money in flag football?
I think the money situation is tough. I mean, I think it's nice to be paid for some of it, but I will say no matter what, it has completely changed the game and how the game is played and what people play for. You know, some people will leave their teams to go be with money, right? And then some people don't care and they play for their team and their state and who they've been loyal to, and you just play for the pride. Like my first 10 plus years of football was just straight up pride and family and camaraderie, and the time we got to travel and be together and have
Right.
drinks and play music and just be silly together. That's what I've
Exactly.
always played for. And then the money came along and started changing some things, and people started um super duper stacking their team. Instead of playing for their team, they're playing for like their better chances to win money. It's like stick with your people, be loyal, get better, and do that. So I know it's hard because people gotta buy airfare and housing and food and registration fees. But at the end of the day, to me,
Hmm.
nothing reimburses you for all your costs anyways. And it's not going to be a career for us right now anytime soon. Even when it goes to the Olympics, it's not my paycheck. It's not going to be what pays my bills or anything. So I don't know. The money part's mixed. I think money really changed the game. I think there's a poison to it. I think there's a thanks for considering us and this money to it. So me personally, I don't really care about the money in it.
That's interesting because I kind of feel like you. I kind of like the days when we were just having tournaments, and if you won, you won, because that allowed people to stay on their teams and the competition was a little bit better. So I definitely agree with you on that. Kind of sticking to that part of the money situation, like I want to get your opinion on how you feel about some people in the sport that has come along nowadays and making it about the money, help making flag football about money. And what I mean by that is you go to a star athlete or a good player, a good female player, and you tell that player you'll pay them money to play on your team. You'll give them X, Y, and Z to play on your team, just to form a team to try to beat people like yourself, or to make this, or to get $250,000, or to just put themselves in a position to win. So therefore, you go to the best players in the game and for lack of a better word, bribe with money and take them away from their team that they're on, and come play for me. You know, if you want to try to beat V or make it to the top, come play for me. I'll pay you this much money. How do you feel about those people that bring that to the game?
Um, I don't really like it. I know we kind of talked about it, and I've thought about it a lot recently. And I know this is the fresh take and it's raw, so I'm not going to curse, but I'm going to use a
Yeah.
different type of thing, and I'm going to say I kind of feel like the women are getting pimped. I used that word earlier. It's like they're just being used. I know we're getting money, and it is the woman's choice to say, "Well, I take the money. I'm paying anyway, so let me take some." To each your own. We all come from different stories, backgrounds, and needs and wants, right? But I
Right.
just kind of feel like I don't really know any of these men who, let me take away from men, it's anybody. I don't know anybody who is paying players to come play with them or take care of their accommodations and really teaching them the game. It's what,
Mm.
to me, with the perception I'm getting from it, is there's so much trash talking on social media and people trolling stuff that it's like, all right, I'm gonna put a team together and beat you. I'm gonna beat you, Chris Langford. I'm gonna beat that USA team. Y'all ain't nothing. So really, it's like a pride thing for these money resources to build their best team. So they can say, look what I did. I did this. Man, you're not on the team playing. You're not on the field. That's when you should have bragging rights, is you're the one throwing the ball, catching and pulling the flag. But their money is buying people, and that's what they take for bragging rights. For, to me, that's pride. And I don't care about that type of pride on the field. I care about pride playing for your team and your and the people that you've just played with. But I just feel like these people who've done it, I just kind of feel like they've just been doing it to say, I can beat USA, I can beat Chris, I can beat V, I'm gonna beat Black and Fresh, I'm gonna put a team together and beat Fighting Cancer, and things like that. So I'm just like, if they were there, I wish they would use their money as a
Right.
resource to promote it more, to help an organization like Mashawn does women stuff going on, and some of the other things that go on. I just wish our money was used to grow us together and believe in us instead of our money used to pull us apart. And I wish people had the experience to go see international play and competition because, man, you look at Mexico, you look at Panama, these people are like to the wall, like hardcore loyal to their girls, drumming, cheering. And it's just like they want their team to succeed. I feel like here we're trying to pull people apart, so it's just, I don't know. I wish the money was growing us and not a pride thing for these money bags.
I definitely agree.
I mean, I'm sure you've been offered money. I've been offered. I got offered
definitely.
right away. I got offered right away to go play somewhere. And I said, no, thank you. I'm going to stay back here with my family. And I
I mean,
appreciate the thought. It's a compliment. It's not paying my bills. And I'd rather play with people I know for sure like and been playing with. I owe it to them. They owe it to me. I feel like we did it together.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've learned V flag right now is a dog eat dog kind of world. You know what I mean? It's whoever has the most. What can you give? What can you offer? That's where I'm going. The loyalty part of the game is really it's almost dead. Whatever you can get to play, it's kind of used as like a side hustle, side gig, side job, part time. That's just kind of how it's perceived for most people. They're really trying to do life things with it. So if you and I feel like it's not gonna pay a bill or whatever, some people feeling like, oh yeah, it will. It'll pay mine if you give me $500 to play in a tournament. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay. And people feel like if they use the term "I'm getting paid," that your team shouldn't be mad. You should no longer be mad at me if I tell you this other team paid me. And I don't necessarily agree with that. Me personally, I'm from the old school, V. But like you said, there's positive things about the money coming in, right? One of the positive things that we've all been introduced to is the AFFL, right? I know I've benefited from it. Fighting Cancer has benefited from it greatly. And now the women get to come in to see if they could benefit from, them giving out such a large cash prize. How excited are you as a female to be getting ready to be on that stage? You've been a fan. You watched it for 2 seasons. You've been in my corner, I know for sure. You've always come to watch us and be a fan whenever you could. But now you get to be on the stage. What does it mean to you after everything that you've accomplished and done in this sport to now be able to be on the stage to where you can be in front of thousands of people playing on television for $250,000? How does that make you feel?
I think it's an amazing opportunity. And, kudos to Michelle Roque. That's my roomie right there when we travel and putting that plug in there for us because I feel like she was the person that was in it. And, we all were supporting it. We all know her name. And she just kind of, with their boss, they were just like, the women want to play this. And you guys hear us on social media crying, like, just give us a chance. Just give us a halftime show, something to say us women can do this too. So I'm thankful. I'm so excited that we'll be playing right here in Houston. And truth be told, I'm super excited because my family is going to come down, and that's a rare opportunity. That is just a road trip away. So I'm just excited for the opportunity for the women. I'm excited for all of us to be able to win that money and even portions of the payout from like round 1, round 2. And truth be told, I appreciate Norman Carter and the WFFN because I was mixed about whether I was going to play or not for various reasons, right? And I don't want to get into that. But I thought about it, and I thought about what Nicole Palmer, our GM, is doing, and I was in Black being in my corner, and her. That I was like, you know what, I'm going to play because there was a lot of these girls who weren't getting asked to play, and I want to be there for them. They just want to play football. I just want to play football, and I knew this was going to be also a great opportunity for me to use the AFFO rules and start using WFN as a practice and getting used to that field size, getting used to my reads, what's open, feeling that 2-second clock. Good Lord. That 2-second clock with the referee back there tweet, and the rusher's coming like, I just use this as a good practice experience for the AFFL. And I just feel like a win-win because I met great people and I get to practice using this style. There's this rusher that was laughing at me the other day. She's like, do you count to yourself? And I was like, yeah, because I can't hear that whistle. I get that snap and I start rolling. I'm like 1,000, 2,000 in my head. I know rusher's coming, but I'm counting out loud to myself because I don't know when that whistle's coming. So I'll just count for me. But no, I mean, I'm super, super excited. And I think all the ladies are. I wish more teams had signed up. I think like Nate said earlier in the Players Corner podcast, he had said, like the Florida AFFL qualifier had probably the best talent, and a lot of good teams knocked out because that's the one they went to. And I think some of those teams, if they maybe waited to go to the New York one, might have fared a better chance of qualifying to Houston. Not to knock the New York talent, but I know they had a slimmer number of teams that had signed up, like maybe 5-6 teams. So no,
Wow.
I'm excited for it. The talent's going to be great. I know there's a lot of teams getting built and stacked, and rosters kind of changing. And if you know me, I'm nervous for every game, and I'll say any given Sunday, it's anybody's game.
Right. So with with the status that you have and everybody really loving your game and so many people thinking you're the greatest woman player that's ever played our game and stuff like that, there's a little bit of a everybody has it, everybody talks about me in a certain way or some of the best players, and the one thing that I hear about you, I wanted to give you this platform to speak on it because I hear it and I wonder what V has to say about this. So the one thing that I hear the most about V, and I guess I don't know if it's you. I guess you can call it negative because everybody speaks positive of you. So I guess you can call it a negative. And they say, well, if she's such the GOAT, if she's such the greatest ever, why doesn't she just stick with what she has? Why is she going to other teams trying to take away their best player to make her team that much better, which waters down her competition? So if her competition is always watered down, is she the GOAT, or is she just going to get all the greatest players off everybody else's team? What do you have to say to people who say that about you?
I have to say they have not done their homework. Reason being is, if people know how all of this had developed, Shantae and I coming out of SMU, we started with Game Time, and we just took myself and her and a few friends from the church league, went out to 9-man, and we were winning, right? And with
Right.
success comes more interest of people wanting to play. But there's a lot of people who stuck with their home team, which is great. It keeps the competition going. And so over time, Game Time is over here starting to travel, but other teams aren't. So these all-stars from other teams would be like, hey, we're down to travel. We just want to play. So these people start traveling with us. Steph came and traveled with us. Daisha came with us. They weren't all Game Time or anything, or even Adrenaline. And then we play Texas
Right.
9-man, and everyone's still on their home teams. But guess what? When we travel, you're going to take the best of the best of who want to go and can afford to go, have the flexibility and the finances to go. And so that happened. So for the longest time, we were getting small bits and pieces, and we stayed as Adrenaline. And I think Adrenaline, hands down, best women's team. I don't care. We've won many back-to-back, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And we stuck to the same girls for the longest time.
Right.
And we were winning with that. And I'm not gonna lie. I think my Adrenaline girls are amazing, but we are aging and we are getting old. And truth be told, to me, I've seen the talent across the country. I think on paper, we may not be the best team. If you look at it and did a scouting report, I don't think we're the best team. But goodness gracious, we're best because we can think on the field. We know how to make adjustments, and we trust each other. If I'm going left, so-and-so's going right. It's just like ping pong off each other, right? So that was such a separator, because I think on talent, people are bigger, faster, stronger. But my team is so smart. That's what separated us in our adjustments, right? So that came with success. And I stuck with that. I stuck with my Adrenaline people for the longest time. And then slowly over time, you meet great people like Mariah. You meet Nick. You meet Stacey Evans and Ashley Wizenot. And these are people who kind of belong to other teams.
Right.
But their teams aren't traveling. I'm not going to take Mariah from QC Elite. But when we went to Mexico, she was like, heck yeah, I'll go. Nick belonged to Venom. We go to Mexico and Canada. Nick's like, I just want to play football and travel. I want to see the world. So Nick started playing with us. So people think me and Chris and Adrenaline, we just took people. We asked people if they want to travel and play. But when we went to nationals, guess who Mariah lined up with? QC. And guess who Nick and I lined up with for a while? Venom. When people chose to leave, they chose to leave. But people stayed with their home teams when those teams were at the same tournaments. But when we travel, we're traveling together. And over time, we develop a family, which created a new team. So no, I don't think people did their homework. We didn't steal people. Michelle Roque belonged to nobody. I met her in 2016, belonged to nobody. Liz Sowers didn't belong to a 7-man team. Becca, her team folded. Why am I not going to take Becca? She's a monster. So
Right.
these are people who didn't really belong to anybody, or their team folded or started because we were traveling. We were only as of recently more people travel, but back in the day, nobody traveled. They traveled to nationals once a year for the most part. Nobody was going to Canada. Nobody was going to Germany. Nobody was going to Mexico or multiple times. So people saw an opportunity to travel and play something they love. They said they're in, and we were always doing that.
Dang.
So no, get it straight.
So,
People should do their homework. We didn't steal nobody.
so
And if we
basically,
did steal somebody, guess what? They have the choice to come play with us. Who wouldn't?
hey, they have the choice. Hey, so they didn't do your homework, but apparently you did because you know who all the great players are. You watch the game, you study the game, you're a fan of the game. I don't think nobody can knock someone who's a fan of the game and tries to go get better. And if you see someone and their team isn't been a part of something, and you ask them if they want to be a part of something, and they choose to say yes, I don't think. Hey, it's all about getting better. It's all about getting better. Like you said, who plays forever? You said some girls were aging. You feel like you can increase some talent in some areas. So why not go try to make your team better? And you
Yeah, no,
want to
I
continue
agree.
playing.
It's like the pros. They're gonna eventually
Right.
get old, so they have a draft. They pick up new players and they train them. They give them experience to learn the system, and that's what we were doing. So no, we didn't take anybody. I had a lot of girls come up that said, "V, I saw your picture of Mexico. We want to travel, man. Hit us up when you need somebody." Cool, let's do it. But
Yeah.
they still belong to their home team.
Like I said, V, I always shoot you straight, and I would tell you if you were wrong, but not being the best team on paper, like you said, I don't know exactly all the talent that's out there like you do, but I will say this: having the best team on paper can be one thing, but having the best quarterback on the paper is everything. So I don't care who you got or what you got going or who's on your team. If you ain't got that QB back there that's making the reads and making the throws and is going to be playing as well as I know that you can play, then I don't really see you guys not winning that thing. But like you said earlier, at any moment anybody can lose, and that's the game of football. That's why we love it. That's why we play. Um, Going into like everything that you've done, V. We just talked about some of the things that you have an opportunity to do, and maybe you get those done. We'll see. Maybe you don't. But there's so much that you've done that I have so much respect for you for, and I'm a male QB, and I always look at you as a QB. I don't even like to say woman QB because of so much you've done. I've seen you play against men. You played in the men division in the Show Me the Money tournament in 4-on-4. A lot of y'all didn't know that, man. Hey, V's crossed over. She's the first crossover female athlete that I've ever seen, man. She played in the biggest tournament as a quarterback in 4-on-4 down in Show Me the Money. But with everything that you've done, V, and it's been so much, and you're still going, tell us, what is that one most prideful, like, it's your baby, like, out of everything you've done, you really, really love that you accomplished this the most? What is that thing?
My baby, hands down, is being a part of the first team to win the gold for Team USA at the IFAF World Championships. I got to play in 2016. We placed fifth. That's unacceptable, right? But in 2018, when we went back and played in Panama, that is my prized possession memory. We're playing at the biggest stage, and to be the first team to do it and to be a part of it. If anybody went back and watched the video, it's so, like, I get chills thinking about it because no one's done it, and I got to do it as the quarterback and with my family, and that means a lot too. And so we had the lead, and I think I took 2 or 3 snaps and just took a knee. And on that last knee I took, I just collapsed. I think Michelle Roque and I and Becca and Liz, we just all collapsed. And I'm not going to lie, I had a tear or two because I was like, man,
Yeah.
we finally did it.
Rightfully so.
The highest level we know, we finally did it. We did that. And
Right.
so it was special, beyond special.
That's amazing. So, you know, to me, you kind of got like an MJ type story though, V, because a lot of people don't know is MJ. You know, MJ kind of got cut. You know, as a sophomore when he was trying to get up there and play varsity. You know what I mean? He stayed down on JV. Everybody knows him as Big MJ though, right? All we know is everything he's accomplished. So that's kind of similar to what I'm about to say next because as it serves me right, like you didn't even make the team, right, in 2016. Like not Miss Vanita Crouch, you wasn't even on the USA team. So tell us how that happened. Like how did you not make the team? Like to us, you're just like the GOAT. So how did you not make the 2016 team?
I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know why. I do not know why. But no, we were traveling and playing so much as adrenaline, right? And we start looking for tournaments and new places to travel. So we're looking on YouTube, we're looking on Instagram, we're looking at all sorts of things. And I remember one day, I want to say it was Kisa and Stacy was like, "Have y'all seen this? Do you know USA has flag football?" And we were like, "What? Wait, why are we not a part of this?" Right? So there was some YouTube video, and this Asian team was showing. They're like, "Oh, the IFAF, blah blah blah," and we just never heard of it. So then Joe and I started doing some research about it, and it said as an application, send in your resume and some highlight videos. We'll take a look at it, right? So we did that. I mean, at that stage in the game, as much as we played from 2007 to 2015, 16, okay, we turned in a resume. It was pretty polished. I mean, multiple national championships, different styles and formats, individual award, team awards, whatever. Videos are tricky. We had some highlights, but today's generation,
Right,
videos are on the sideline 24/7. And our
man,
generation,
man,
we didn't do all that yet. So we're learning to play the young folks game and start doing
exactly.
some more videos and stuff. So kudos to them. They use their platform. We didn't have those resources as handy back then. So we had limited videos, but we had some that we were able to submit in. And we were in Canada at the Sun Bowl tournament, and Joe and I got our email. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's USA, right?" I'm just thinking, good news. Why wouldn't I have a chance? And they said, "Thank you for your application. Our team is selected. We'll put you on the waiting list." And it was just like a stab to the heart. And I don't know, man. So Joe and I definitely felt some type of way about it. And
Look at that. Look at y'all, man. That brings back the memories, doesn't it?
heck yeah. Y'all gotta
That
watch
brings
it.
back the
Y'all gotta
memories.
watch this game. It's a classic.
Yeah, man. That
Panama beat
brings
us on
back.
our land, but we beat Panama on their land. We beat them. Y'all gotta
Hey, I
watch
mean
it.
that's what it's about, man. But in 2016, when you guys didn't make it, did that deter you at all? Like, were you saying to yourself, like,
Fresh, you
were
got to
you
see
ever?
this real fast before I answer you. Look at Michelle's catch. You
Oh,
just got
this
to
the
watch
catch?
it. Heck yeah.
Oh,
The diving catch secured the ball. So
yo.
yeah, she's a
Now,
beast.
hey, let me ask you on that specific play. Was that the call? Go deep.
Yeah, we already baited them underneath. So they're starting to jump stuff. And I said, "Michelle, bye."
Oh, that's the call. Michelle, bye.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's fine. Bye, Michelle.
Hey,
No, it was good.
Michelle, that was an amazing catch. If you're watching right now, that was an amazing catch. Great throw to the outside. Great catch, man.
Yeah.
But
But no,
that I
Fresh,
mean,
to
yes.
to tell you honestly though, no, Joe and I didn't make it, and we definitely felt some type of way, right? But there's nothing we can do. Actually, there was something we tried to do. We tried contacting USA and saying, "Hey, can only one team represent USA? Can we compete them to get the spot instead?" And they said, "Well, you have to be a part of a governing board and something." And we didn't know all the politics or the rules about it, but we just kind of crossed our fingers and hoped for the future. And so I believe their team was selected, and one of the girls had a bigger priority, which I don't knock her. It's the NFL, and she had a big priority that called her away that weekend. And so my buddy Reggie from Carolina is coming to get you. he got asked from one of the USA girls, like, hey, do you know somebody who can play? That could be a good fill. And he's like, get my girl V. She's a monster. And so they gave me a call and I got my chance then. And even in 2016, I'm always going to be a team player. You tell me what to do, I'll do it. Linebacker, rusher, I don't care. Well, hold on. I lied on rusher. I ain't rushing. But no, everything else, I was like, I'll do whatever that wants. So I was like lineman, corner, throwback, running back, wheel up the sideline type of player. I did everything but quarterback. And it's fine. I know how to play the game. I stayed positive. I cheered my teammates on, but I got my foot in the door. I got my name known a little bit. And I think they started to see that, wow, that flag football is big. It's big, big. And those girls that they're on the team, they're talented. No, I mean, hands down. But they came from the tackle world, and tackle's a little bit different.
Right. Wow. So the question I was asking was like, basically I'm just glad you didn't let that tear you down. You found other ways to get your foot in the door. So you basically answered the question for me. You found ways to get your foot in the door. You didn't let that, break y'all down and make you feel like there was not ever going to be another chance. You kept grinding like you always do, and you got in there, and then you got your gold medal. So congratulations again. I know that was like one of the greatest things that you've ever done, and I know that was special to you. So congratulations.
Okay.
So let me ask you, like, the gold medal and everything that you've accomplished and everything that you're going to accomplish is like winning the AFFL like the next big thing on your list that you want to do?
No, it's not.
It's not?
In the immediate future, yes, of course, it's in August, right? But in the grand scheme, man, if I ever make this roster, I'm getting 5 colorful rings tatted right on my body. And that would be the Olympic rings. So that's the grand picture that I'm hoping for. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of things where it's like they're pushing flag to flag, talk. And they're doing all the outlets with the AFFL and FFW and all the other ones hosting tournaments to show that this is a big sport and it's a sport played across the world. Like tackle's not played across the world. Flag is, right? So no, my biggest picture is wanting to make the Olympic team if it happens, and making the roster and qualifying and winning Birmingham the World Games in 2022. Those mean way more than anything else.
Very dope that you said that with your answer. I don't think there's one single man on earth that would have said anything is more greater right now than trying to win the AFFL. So to hear that it was something different for you, just goes into the kind of person that you are anyway, which is dope because like I said, you're a friend of mine. I've been knowing you for a long time. You've always been a dope person. So let me ask you this, V. Like, I mean, tell me some of the people you watched. I mean, you've done so much. You already know what this sport takes to, what it takes to get to the top, what it takes to win tournaments and championships, and to be able to do everything that you've done. Tell us some people that you see, some QBs that you think can help with, I ain't gonna say our ages, but help keep the torch and help growing this thing when we put it down and when you put it down, and we got women coming along that can help the sport continue to do what you've set in stone already. So, who do you think can be those type of female quarterbacks to continue on with the sport and continue the legacy of women football?
All right. Well, you asked me 2 questions in one. So do you want me to answer who I watched growing up and then answer who I think the next group is?
Yes.
All right. Watch growing up. I definitely watched you. I think people, it drives me crazy that you're just not hands down the easiest GOAT of the men's flag world. You do it every format. You do 4, 5, 7, 8, men's, women's, whatever, right? I don't know why it's even a competition or a talk, but anyways, you're the GOAT to me, right? So I've definitely watched.
That means so much coming from you. Like I didn't even know that you felt like that, but just hearing you say that right now on my show, I mean, I could have dropped a tear right now. So I mean, I really do appreciate that, for real. That means so much to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, that's real. I've said that many times. I was like, this dude plays co-ed 4s, 5s, this division, this group, and you've won them. You've been clutch for them. So that's GOAT. But growing up though, man, I kind of take a lot from a lot of different people. Like I don't take losing very well. So when we were playing in Rockwall 4-on-4 in the men's world, we were
Mhm.
getting smashed, right? But I stay all night until the last game of the day and just watch what people were doing and set themselves up. That's how Shantae and I met Chris out there, and he sit down and watch it with us too and teach us some things. So, I get a lot of formation setups and talks with Chris, and then I was able to take those formations and expand them to make my reads of highs and lows and making people choose left, right, high, low, the setups and everything.
Right.
I watch Lynn from the Rams. I think he's a goat himself,
Definitely.
a consistent keyword
Yes.
winner, a problem to deal with no matter what team he's on, right? So I watch a lot of Lynn from the sideline, and I don't even think he knows I watched him. And in defensive terms, and just a guy who has just sick moves, and giving him a compliment makes me want to barf because you know how him and I do it. We don't talk nice to each other, but man, hands down, Black Jackson, I learned a lot from him, and we used to sit back like it's like I'm about to throw up saying he's so good, but no, I learned a lot from Black Jackson. His moves, his shakes, his setups, like we mirror each other on the field because I could see how he's about to like lean and set somebody up and just shake them right and with
Right.
this with certain moves you can just see it. He can see it out of me too on those moves. So those are some of the players I have definitely watched. I'm like, I can take pieces of their game and add it into my game because people don't know. People just think I'm a quarterback, right? But I got routes and I got receiver skills.
Yo,
I
that's
got
how I be feeling
defense.
about defense, bro. Let me
Yeah,
play.
they don't know,
Yo,
but
so
I have to take and watch from everybody because I'm trying to be the best I can in all of those positions when I'm put in them.
right.
But now everyone's
So
so scared, like QB1, don't get hurt, don't get fine. I get it, but my team is sleeping that they don't let me play defense.
who do you like now? Like we got some. I hear some names and some people coming in now. So is there somebody you like that's playing now that's coming in that's kind of making a name for themselves? Like who do you like on that end?
In the women's world, in the quarterback
Mm-hmm.
world,
Yep.
man, I think there's a lot of talent coming up, right? But the ones that I feel like if they're on your team, you're going to have a problem to deal with because I think
Mm-hmm.
they are very, very solid growing quarterbacks. And I think my girl in Mexico, Diana,
Right.
she's a
I like
problem.
I like
She
Diana.
she's
She
a
is
problem.
good.
She's got a great arm. She's got great jab moves. She's got a quick burst, and she can run routes. I mean, she can be your QB1. She can be your QB2. I've actually seen her do every single position, even rush. And so I think Diana is. I've seen her play for so long that I almost feel like she's
Mm-hmm.
an OG. But I think Diana's like less younger than 25. I don't think she's very old at all. But I've just seen her for a while now, right? So
Right.
Diana's been doing it for a while, and so she's a big problem. Um, my other two problems, I think that's going to give people uh, something to deal with would definitely be Marley out of Florida
Okay.
and
I like Marley too.
yeah, I like Marley a lot. I don't think her and I are trying to compete at each other's like who's QB1, who's QB2. We're like, what do we need to do to win? And she'll step in and do anything that the academy needs. She makes great throws. I didn't grow up and a fresh. I think you're kind of the same way. We didn't really grow up in the world of having a true star back where we trust giving the ball to somebody else to make a read. We just did it
No.
ourselves.
Yes.
And I
Still
didn't have
do.
that either, but I met Marley and we just click. And she's somebody that I'm like, you know what? I'll let you throw this ball. I'll throw it back to you. You'll make your read. She stays composed. So I
Right.
think Marley's a big problem.
Marley. Who's the
Um,
last one you said? Ava.
Ava from
Okay.
Texas Fury, just
Yes. Ava's nice.
great fundamentals, great reads. I've never been in her huddle, so I don't know if she's a play card reader from what the coach is telling her, or if she's
Mhm.
reading and setting things up herself. But I hope that in the future, when she starts getting comfortable with her play cards, that she can start making some audibles that just it's a hot read right away. But I think she seems to be a pretty darn smart quarterback of the up and coming world. Now, I'm not dissing any of the ones that are already in the OG world. I think Candace
Mhm.
does great things. Tashay has a great arm. I think Bree from QC Elite is a whole problem.
Right.
free throws, but if we're talking about the wealth of talent coming up, I'm going to
Uh-huh.
say Diana, Marley, and Ava.
I like all of you just named. I've taken the time actually to watch some of those QBs play, and I really enjoy watching them play. Great arms, great leadership. I think from all three of those that you named. So that's a quality that I think is underlooked. Like you have to be a leader. If you're not a leader, then that's a lot of playing the QB position. Your team needs to be able to look up to you, and you need to be able to have answers. Um, Before I get to the last thing I have for you, V, I got some people that's watching. You know what I mean? Check Ava out. See that arm? Look at
Check
that.
Ava. Check little Ava out.
Look
Little
at
Wallace.
Ava. Check it out. But we got some.
Oh, but
And
hey,
she
but that Ava dance
look,
though, she needs to patent that.
yo, she the first time she did it, I was like, what is she doing? She out there doing it. Look at her. But
Yeah,
yo,
Ava's a little baller for sure. She got a bright future coming up.
so I tell you this, you know, I told you you're gonna have people watching this show, and there's plenty of women that are that's starting playing the game that are commenting right now and are basically asking you to a question actually from the fans. What is something, or what is maybe you think is most important, or what is something you can tell women that are so young and up and coming and just starting to play? They want to hear from you, like your own little brief advice about what you think it takes just to be consistent in the game.
I'm gonna say what it takes to be consistent in the game, and what I think separates me from a lot of other quarterbacks. Not to say they don't do it, but consistently, right? Is it, if we're talking in a quarterback stance, right? I
Hmm.
think a quarterback, man, if a quarterback can just make reads on their own, like really, really read a defense and really stick to setting those things up, I think that separates a quarterback big time. I've been throwing the guys equation of like top quarterbacks, right? And
Right.
Black is like, I'll take V because she's just so dang smart, right?
Hmm.
Because I'm not bigger, faster, stronger, but I'm also very smart and patient in here, and I can read. So that's where I think a hands down separator for the women's quarterback for the up and coming would be like, start making some reads, start making some chances. You'll learn from those bad choices. You'll learn from those mistakes. But if Jenny is asking, what wise words can you tell the
Hmm.
um, young ladies up and coming, just any player, it's easy. It's literally play a lot and play all the time. Like I said, seven
Right.
nights a week. I was 8, 9, leagues in that one week. I just played a lot. I said this before, but there's something on like the masters of something, like the 10,000 rule, the 10 hour
Uh-huh.
rule, 10,000 hours is what makes you like elite. And like, the Apple dude, he did that, and some other geniuses did that. It's because they live that game and study that game. And I feel like I did that in physical play. I did that in staying at the field and talking with the boys, talking with the girls. And so, I mean, just play a lot, learn the game. You like, don't just be mechanical, be told what to do. Like, learn it, study it, take some
Play
chances.
it. You heard it, young ladies. Play the game of flag football. 7 days a week. Miss V was out there playing co-ed, women's, men. It don't matter. She was playing the sport. So, like Black Jackson said, look at her. Play a whole lot. Because that's exactly what he done to become the GOAT. And going back to your terminology of just reading the field, I remember playing with you, V, so many times, and you'd be the quarterback and I'd be the receiver, and you'd be like, Fresh, do it in route right behind the middle linebacker. And I'm like, don't tell him, V, I wanted to do it. Now it ain't gonna be open. And now just because you said it out loud doesn't mean it's not gonna be open, because the defense has to react to something. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
just telling
that's
me to
that.
give you a route at the line of scrimmage, I'd be like, ah. But then when I get the
That's
ball, I'm
actually
like,
that's actually
okay,
pretty funny. We've had some fights break out on the social league because they thought I was disrespectful calling my routes out loud. And I'm like,
right,
that's just what I do. It's not to be disrespectful. I'm gonna say so and so run a post, so and so run a corner, so and so should do an out, you do an in route. And they're like, she's not really telling us what she's doing. And I'm like, yes, we really are telling you what we're doing. Because you can't, even if you know what you're doing, you know what we're
right.
doing. You can't be in all places. So what are you willing to give up? The short or the long, the left or the right, the in or the out? So yeah,
I mean,
I
it's just you though, V. If it was anybody else doing it, it wouldn't even be thought of. But it's V out there calling out routes. It's thinking that you're being cocky and you can do anything you want and stuff like that. Hey, it comes with the name. I hope you got used to that by now. I hope it just comes with everything you've done and everything that you've accomplished. So now people take it personally. You out there run a post and then you actually throw it and you actually score. It's kind of like who she thinks she is, the person that just scored a touchdown on the play that I told you I was going to run. So I mean that's funny. But I definitely can't let you get out of here at all without telling us a little bit about what you have going. I mean, you have on the shirt right now, Pay It Forward. I mean, tell us a little bit about your brand. Tell us about how it got started and what the number 4 means to you. And we also want to know is what does the quote mean? The future is female.
Okay. So during the pandemic time, I had a lot of downtime. And I always had this like hibernating dream for like 10 years. It was in my phone, in my notes pad of just like little ideas that would pop up. And I just didn't think it'd be anything big at all. But like with the support of like Nicole and Tia and Sheena, it was like these dominoes were built in my head. And Nicole finally just said, you know what? I'm going to push that domino. And that domino got pushed. And we made it go into action where I felt like, you know what? This really can be something. I have a platform of people that know me, and I think the Lord blessed me with that. So why not use it, right?
Right.
So I came up with the Forward Apparel because, and a lot of people don't know, my mom came from Cambodia. We escaped the Khmer Rouge and the refugee camp. It's pretty much, the Holocaust for the Jewish people for Cambodia, where like 2.2 million people were killed. So my family escaped from that. At least my mom and my aunt and my dad. The rest of the family wasn't so lucky, but we got out of there. And so coming to America, mom had like a 10th grade education, English, very limited, worked like low paying $3.25 minimum wage jobs in the 80s. And
Right.
I got really, really blessed with a lot of great teachers and coaches and parents who picked up the slack. Like they helped us out. They paid my way for many of my club teams in AAU. They picked me up for practices, took me to tournaments, and just did all sorts of things that we weren't going to be able to afford. Like by far, my mom is not a bad mom. She's amazing. That's my hero right there. But we just got blessed with those people. And so like my elementary PE teacher, her name is Tony Nevis, right? I had a soccer flyer and I just said, hey, I want to play soccer. She's like, cool, let's sign up for it. So she signed me up for it. I was on the Texas Bluebonnets, and she gave me the number 4 because that was her number. And I was like, cool, I'll wear it. And, being a teacher now, a lot of my kids think I live at school. They're like, oh my gosh, Coach V, what do you do in the grocery store? And I'm like, dude, we don't live at school. But as kids, you think that, right? So my teacher, Mrs. Ward, she lives in Florida now, actually. She was like the first teacher to come to my games on a Saturday. And we'd see her walk into the rec center and we're like, oh, y'all, that's Miss Ward. Look. And we're all getting shy and scared. Like, who is this lady? But we were just so excited. So it was just like little moments like that and people like that who impacted and shaped my life. And it's just like ironic because it's like number 4 for Miss Nevis and Ward for like Mrs. Ward. So it's like pay it forward. And so I've been able to say thank you to a lot of the people who helped shape my life and get me to where I am. But there's a lot of people I haven't been able to do that with. So I'm kind of wanting and being the living legend for them, living their legacy of doing that for others now. So that's why I want to do my Forward Apparel, because I take proceeds and I donate it to whatever cause is needed in the world, whatever youth team might need a few extra help with things. Like I've donated to the Minnesota Freedom Fund, George Floyd's, not Venmo, whatever it's called. I can't think of the charity thingy that they did. The Stop Asian Hate charity. I sent money to Thailand for the COVID family struggling. The flag football family. This is not even me. My shirt sales helped, but the flag football family is so huge and has so much love that we raised at the picture. You see, we raised $2,000 and we gave it to Texas Fury so they can travel and play with it and do anything. So
that's amazing.
The flag world, that was a heartwarming moment. But no, the Forward Apparel it's to pay it forward. It's just a way to pay it forward. I love being creative. I love using my platform, and I've been blessed to be able to do that. So definitely my mission is just to live the legacy out of those who helped get me to where I am. So the Futures Female shirt, man. I love that shirt. It's probably one of the hottest shirts selling right now. And no,
Mhm.
people, I know how to spell the word female and everything else. I just like using the number 4,
I
like my
think it's
Nike.
I think it's so dope how you use the four to spell and do that. You know, you created the four to me. I was like, I never thought about how many letters, how many words the four can spell.
Well,
Like
what's funny
it's
is the
crazy.
4 is like my Nike check mark. That's the logo, right? And
Right.
then my pay it forward is like the just do it. It's the hashtag. So I try to plug in the 4 wherever I can when I make a shirt. So yeah, people, I know how to spell, but I choose it purposely. But the Future Female shirt, it's a hot item. I still get a lot of support for it. A lot of little teams are getting it. Like Joe from New York, he got his girls youth team a shirt. Ty from QC, she's ordering shirts for her high school flag team. So it's so cool. It's such a blessing. But what it means to me um, is a lot of people kind of thought like, is this a sexist shirt? Is this like girl power only? And I'm like, no, it's not, guys, because I believe guys are amazing and guys need us and we need guys. But to me,
Yeah.
it's about women stepping up in various leadership spots, like our vice president now, or Nicole being a GM, and female coaches in the NFL, female referees in the NBA and NFL. It's like us stepping out of the normal box, and that's what the future is female to me. It's like loud and proud for the men, but loud and proud for the woman of, hey, you're doing something a little bit different. That's awesome, because we all can do it. We all need each other.
And what's the website for it? Do you just go in there and purchase apparel, or what's the website
Uh,
for your?
it's www forward this part forward
Mhm.
apparel.com.
Got you,
And
got you. So
it's
y'all,
awesome is all my football teammates. Like that's Tia, that's Joe, that's Tough.
yeah, I already know. I remember you reaching out to me. I was like, dang, I need to get in there. I need to get in that shot, B. Need to get in
You
that
could
shot.
you could have
But
been a whole model.
I definitely got to give me some pay it forward shirt, future is female, whatever, because I'm always going to support you and whatever you do, the same way you've always showed up with your lawn chairs and sunglasses to support us. So I definitely appreciate you so much for coming on this show. You don't even know how much it means to me. Like I wanted to build something that we all can be proud of together. And to have you as my first guest means the world to me. I definitely am honored to have you on right now because I know this ain't even your style. So for you to come on, answer tough questions, and be a part of this show, I really, really appreciate it. And I hope to have you again one day in the future.
I got you. Whatever you need. Thanks for doing what you're doing, man.
No problem. Hey, you keep watching. It's gonna be some interesting stuff going on the Fresh Take. I promise you that. All right. We're gonna have more women stuff. I promise you, y'all gonna be so proud. So just stay tuned in. I appreciate you again. I want you to have a great night. I know it's kind of late. I appreciate you coming on after your game. You know what I mean?
I was
So
checking out what time it is.
you know
Hey,
what
I'm
I'm
a
saying?
teacher. I
Because
stay up
a
all
lot of
night
us
now.
are teachers, so we don't get to be off in the summer like you. You know what I mean? So again, I appreciate you taking your time out to do this, and we're gonna rock all the time. So be looking out for the show, and I'll be one of your biggest fans come AFFL.
Same. Likewise. Likewise.
All right,
I need
B.
to
You
get
have
I
a
need
good
to get a
night.
joke shirt. How about we trade shirts? Joke for pay
Let's
it
do
forward.
it. Let's do it because they can get this one too. As soon as that website get built up, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all can grab
Yes.
these and the pay it forward to go on support.
Or whatever terminology you keep making up, this joke stuff with the W and goat. Crazy.
Say that's quote. I'm telling you, it's new. I made the joke. I'm making quote, baby. It's gonna be GWOAT,
Look, I had to
greatest
side text
woman
somebody and ask what a
of
quote
all
was.
time. You have to ask somebody.
Yeah,
Ah,
I'm a little slow sometimes. You can ask Marshall Green. Marshall
yo,
saw a picture on Instagram and he said he like made a comment, was like, cool picture pretty much. He said, what was that? He said you're the top 2 but you're not number 2. And I wrote him back. I said, what does that mean?
yeah.
He said it's a song lyric. I was like, what does it mean? He said you're top 2 but you're not number 2. That means you're number 1. I was like,
Yeah,
Lord
yeah. That
have
was a
mercy.
slow moment.
That
Yeah,
was super slow mo.
top two, but you're not two means you're one. Let's
That was
get it.
super slow
Let's
mo.
get it together, V. But
I
again,
know,
thank
I
you
know.
so much, Miss Vanita Krause. Y'all see her here right on the Fresh Take. Miss Vanita Krause, gold medal winner. You have yourself a great night, V. Peace. Yo, man. Y'all seen it yourself, man. The legend, the GOAT was in the building tonight. Greatest woman of all time, in my opinion. Greatest female quarterback that I've ever seen throw the ball, man. She came in, stepped in on the Fresh Take. It's been the first episode of the Fresh Take, the new way, the way we gonna always do it from here on out, giving you nothing but fire, nothing but great shows. So y'all already know how it is. Reach out to me, hit me up on my inbox. Let me know if you want to be a part of the show. We might can get you done. And we can come on and talk about whatever the hot topics is of the sport, baby, because I'm going to always keep it popping, keep it rocking. It's your boy Fresh, man, a.k.a. The Joke. It's been the Fresh Take. I'm out, man. Peace.